In this episode, we are looking at Daredevil / Matt Murdock. Matt Murdock is a 3 recover with 6 hand size, hit points of 10. Attorney Matt Murdock begins the game with the Ascent deck. See rulebook page 26. Forced Interrupt. When a Sense upgrade would leave play, place it on the bottom of the Sense deck instead. Then Daredevil, 2 stats all around, Defender, Martial Artist, Superhuman Senses, Action. Play the top card of the Sense deck as if it were in your hand, paying its cost. Forced Interrupt. When a Sense upgrade would leave play, place it on the bottom of the Sense deck instead. Hand size is 5, so like any other hero. Okay, so he has 5 cards in his Sense deck, and this is a deck where you shuffle randomly, and the top one is flipped face up. We're just going to look at all these. Okay, Superior Taste is a 1-cost upgrade, Sense superpower, attached to a scheme. Response, Thwart. After you thwart attached scheme, discard this card, remove 2 threat from that scheme. So, whenever you're going to be thwarting with the basic thwart or a thwart event, this could remove an extra 2 threat for 1 cost. Radar Sense, 1-cost upgrade, Sense superpower, attached to an enemy, response attack. After you attack attached enemy, discard this card, deal 3 damage to that enemy. So the same thing, instead of thwarting, we're attacking someone to remove an extra 3 damage. Acute Tactility, 1-cost upgrade, Sense superpower, attached to an enemy or scheme. Interrupt. When you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from attached scheme, discard this card. Ready your identity. Heightened Hearing, 1-cost upgrade, Sense superpower, attached to an enemy. Hero Interrupt Defense. When attached enemy attacks, discard this card. That enemy gets -3 attack for that attack, and you become the target of that attack. And the last one in the Sense, so there's 5. Enhanced Olfaction, 1-cost upgrade, Sense superpower, attached to an enemy or scheme. Interrupt. When you defeat attached enemy or remove the last threat from attached scheme, discard this card. Reduce the cost of the next card you play this phase by 2. And this is neither in Hero or Alter Ego. Some of these are limited to the certain factions. So it looks like only Heightened Hearing, since you are going to become the target of that attack, you are required to be Hero. Any other form you don't. So Matt Murdock Daredevil has ways to thwart in either way, which is very cool. So it's not just limited to just his hero. He will have ways to thwart with his alter ego. Okay, his identity ally is Elektra, 3 cost, 1 thwart to attack, 3 health, Defender, Martial Artist. Forced Interrupt. When Elektra would take consequential damage, Daredevil takes that damage instead. So she's very good if you're able to keep your life points up. She won't be defeated that easily. However, if you are Matt Murdock, she activates. She will take the consequential damage. Daredevil's Billy Club, 1-cost upgrade, item weapon. Restricted, so they're only limited to 2 restricted items. Daredevil gets +1 attack. Hero action. Return this card to your hand from play and choose. Deal a damage to an enemy, or Daredevil gains the aerial trait until the end of the round. Aerial trait isn't always required for every little thing. It's really just for certain events. So you really could just keep it for the 1 damage to an enemy. However, when this stays on your field, Daredevil has +1 attack. Only when you choose to return this to your hand, you're going to deal 1 extra damage, but you lose that +1 attack until you play this back out on the field. Okay? The Man Without Fear, 2-cost upgrade, title, hero action. Exhaust this card and deal 1 damage to Daredevil. Choose. Choose any upgrade from the Sense deck and play it, ignoring its resource cost. Do not shuffle. Or Ready Daredevil. So this is a good way if you combo with the Billy Club and you want to attack. You have 3 attack for each one. If you had chose to attack, because you have a chance to Ready Daredevil. And then with the Sense deck, since it's going to be like face down, you could choose any one of these, you're not able to really go through them another way. You could look, but you're not able to just switch these up. It's kind of like a second mini deck there, but you are able to play it for face up. And then anytime one of these leaves play, instead of your normal discard pile, this would just go to the bottom of the sense deck instead. Okay, he has a player side scheme here. Focus the senses for 0 cost. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme except by Daredevil or Matt Murdock. When defeated, you may move any number of sense upgrades in play to other cards they can attach to. Choose any number of upgrades from the sense deck and put them into play. So it has 4 threat, and as we said before, Daredevil obviously can thwart this, just no other players can help you thwart. But you have ways to thwart in Alter Ego Matt Murdock as well, so you could thwart this either way, but it's only going to be you thwarting this. Foggy Nelson is a 2-cost support alternate persona. Alter Ego action, exhaust Foggy Nelson, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So if we had that player side scheme out, he cannot thwart this, as it could only be Daredevil or Matt Murdock himself. But being able to do extra thwart in Alter Ego is really good. Alright, especially if we combo with this card, 1-cost support called Nelson and Murdock. Location, response. After an attorney character or support defeats a side scheme, confuse an enemy. So Nelson or Foggy Nelson is an attorney support, and he's very good to combo with this one. To thwart, especially with lower player count, is very easy to be able to do this. Anytime you confuse an enemy, not just the villain, not just minions, any enemy. Karen Page is a 1-cost support persona. Action, exhaust Karen Page. Shuffle 1 Daredevil card from your discard pile into your deck. If you are in Alter Ego form, draw 1 card. So if you had watched the Echo video, she has basically this same effect, where you could do this in either form, Daredevil or Matt Murdock, but it benefits you just a little bit more to do it in Alter Ego with the 1 extra card draw. Okay, Sister Maggie is a 2-cost support persona. Matt Murdock gets +3 recover, so combo with this, you have 6 recover rate with the hit points of 10. Response. After you recover, discard a status card from your identity. So it is not a forced response. You are not forced to toss away the tough if you happen to be tough. But if you were confused or stunned, it is a very good way to not only heal, but to free yourself up from any status effect. Okay, on to the events with Raising Hell. 2-cost event, attack. Hero action, attack. Deal 2 damage to each enemy for each upgrade attached to that enemy. 3 damage instead if Daredevil has the aerial trait. So maybe one of the only times you would want to beat aerial. 2 damage to each enemy for each upgrade to that enemy. Okay, so an example, we have Rhino and a Hydro Bomber. On our turns from earlier, we have the radar sense attached. Since it wasn't a forced response, I had this on him for 3 turns. Let's say heightened hearing, after we defeat, or after he attacks, this will be -3. So this will be right away. So we just played this. We had this a while ago. And another, for more example, Hydro Bomber, we have the acute tactility because we're trying to ready. So we had So earlier we had attacked Rhino or something, and then we wanted to play this Raising Hell. Deal 2 damage to each enemy for each upgrade attached. So it's not just Rhino or just the Hydro Bomber, each enemy for each upgrade. So for 1 upgrade, there's 2 damage to the Hydro Bomber, which is what we would need. And then Rhino has 2 upgrades attached, so that's going to be 4 damage to each. Or if we had returned the Billy Club, be 3 damage for the aerial. Let's just say for the example, we just want to do 2. So 4 damage for the 2, 2 damage for the 1, and then we get all these effects if we wanted, especially this one. So we could ready up since we had defeated the Hydro Bomber. This would go on the bottom of our sense deck, and that's how that works. Okay, cross-examination is a one-cost event. There's 2 of these. It's an attack, hero action, attack. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. For each upgrade attached to that enemy, you may deal 1 damage to it. So, unlike the Raising Hell, this is only going to target one specific enemy for 3 damage. Even if you don't have any, that's 3 damage for 1 cost. But each upgrade you were able to attach to them, you could deal 1 additional. So at least a minimum of 3 for 1 cost. That's very good. Okay, he has 2 of these. Living Lie Detector. It's a 1 cost event. Thwart. Action Thwart. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. For each upgrade attached to that scheme, you may remove 1 additional threat from it. So some of his senses are enemies or side schemes. So this is 2 threat for sure, and any extra for the upgrades that you were able to place on it. And this is not limited to hero or alter ego. You can play this in either form. And the last 2 that he has is Deposition. 2 of these, 1 cost event that thwarts. Alter ego action, thwart. You may choose any upgrade from the sense deck and play it, ignoring its resource cost. You do not shuffle the sense deck. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. So this lets you place one of your upgrades out for free. You choose the one you want, and whichever one you pick goes wherever it can go. And this will remove 2 threats. So it lets you play one of the senses for free onto something it could go attached to, and removes 2 threat. Otherwise, normally we have to pay for it, and it's only going to be the top one. So this could be any one. It could be the last one or the last 2. And thank you guys for joining me in this video. That was Daredevil.